This is so cool. I've got like, Crystal's gonna laugh because I've got like the perfect place to do live videos right here. I mean, other than that's my bed, but you guys don't care, right? It's like the perfect height, the camera. Anyway, I guess what I'm gonna talk about right now is a big announcement. When I click share to group, will it keep on live on my page? Oh well, we'll just do it like this and then I'll reshare it to the group. Big news, guys! We've got some big news for you. I don't know how to do this sales stuff. Like, it's not my thing. So I got all kinds of people. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Katie. I got all kinds of people asking me, are we going to add this to the ER Shred pack? Are we going to add that to the ER Shred pack? Are we going to, is this part of it? Is that part of it? So forth. The ER Shred protocol, if you will. And first off, couple things. Number one, get on our call tonight in approximately, time is it? About 3.5 hours. We're going to have a call tonight with Lenny Evans, and I'll broadcast that here on my wall. Get on that. Lenny is a very, very special individual. He is pure passion. He's pure inspiration. He's pure heart. And we're so grateful to have him on board with the ER Shred community and culture. So grateful. He was one of the originals. His results were mind-boggling. He was, I mean, this guy, he's really special to us. So with all that in mind, let me kill that. Okay, now, a couple things. Number one, everybody wants to know what we're going to add to the protocol. And I have got big news for you guys. Like, it's major news. We are now going to actually incorporate nothing at all, ever. Yeah, did I get you? I hope I got you, because you guys might not really realize what the ER Shred protocol is. And so if you don't know, I'm going to tell you what it is right now, and hopefully we can get your mind right around it, what it is. ER Shred protocol is elimination protocol. It's probably the easiest, most doable, practical, effective elimination protocol in the shortest amount of time that has ever been devised. It's really that special. You have the ability to get people off of all their culprit foods. I'm talking everything. I'm talking all the bad stuff. And whereas most people would never have the ability or the strength, or they would never possess the capacity, the wherewithal to be able to get off all their culprit cravings, foods, they couldn't do it. Okay, they tried. They already tried and failed so many times, and yet somehow, some way, through ER Shred, it's so lifestyle empowering, the protocol, that they're able to come off all these culprit things. Well, it's baseline. Like, you're going to hear this word over and over and over and over again for years to come. It's baseline. This is not about increasing order basket sizes. In fact, when I hear that bullshit, I want to run for the hills. If you ever are involved with something and they talk about increasing order basket sizes, those people are about money, a bottom line. They're not about legitimately helping people first and foremost. They're about money. So you're never going to hear us talk about increasing the order basket size. Because guess what? Sean Escobar doesn't give a shit about that. That's not what this is about. And I find that kind of talk repulsive. Blech! Makes me want to puke. Okay? So anybody comes with me with that kind of talk, I literally am gagging. I'm dry heaving, because that's not how I operate. That's not how I want to operate. That's not how my culture, our people, they don't want that. The ER Shred protocol is actually really special, and we worked like crazy for months with various people, including Jesse Jamnick, including Susan Rothman, who's an herbalist and a nutritionist, and then you got Bob Seavright, who's a business consultant. We worked together, and we actually chose specific products to supplement or support the process. We chose those products for the protocol, okay? Because they were in line with what we were trying to accomplish, what Crystal and I had originally discovered, unveiled, and put together. And we specifically chose those products for the process. This protocol is not about stacking more and more and more products and bumping the basket size up and selling more and more dollars in volume. Yuck. No, that's not what this is about. No. Like, you got the wrong impression if you think that has anything to do with what our culture's all about. No. Our culture's not just about making money. No. Yuck. That's necessary, but that's not our motivation. That can happen, but what's more important is that people get well and that we have something that actually is revolutionary, that's earth-shattering, that's mind-boggling, that actually gets people well. So like what the difference is, like today, I was at the gym. And there at the gym was an older woman and her son. Well, I have seen them there repeatedly, and I've introduced myself because I'm a very friendly person and I've got good intent. I've showed them different things about how to lift weights correctly. And I had already talked to them about ER Shred. Because why? Because they need it badly. I see people at the gym every day, and I see them there for weeks and months on end, and they don't look well, and they're not looking like they're improving at all. And that's because 80% of the equation is what you eat, what you don't eat, and how you serve your body that way. So I see it all the time, and I actually went up to them again today. I was with my daughter Lily. I went up to them again today, and I said, "How we doing? How we doing, guys?" And she began to complain about the holidays and how they'd gained all this weight and how it's so hard to get back going. And so again, I had to share ER Shred again for the second time with them because they need it so desperately. And guess what? I don't feel like I'm selling anything. I don't feel like I'm trying to take their money. I don't feel like I'm trying to get them, I have no ulterior motive. I have no agenda other than I really sincerely with all my heart want to help them. I turned around, I told them all the information once again, trying to offer them this gift. And then I walked back to my daughter and she said, "Did you just tell them about ER Shred?" I said, "Yes, I did." She said, "Well, you realize you already told them about it." And I said, "Yes, I know." And I said, "Look at them, Lily. I mean, shame on me if I don't try again because they need it desperately. They don't know what's good for them." Okay? That's the difference for me between ER Shred and what I did for, 18 and a half years of my life. Before, I would go to the gym and I might be thinking in the back of my mind, I should try to meet someone so that I could tell them about what I do and all of this. Now, that is the furthest thing from my mind. Now, I go to the gym, and when I'm in a good space and I feel well, and I'm an abundant-minded person, and I love all people, I find myself just wanting to help people, wanting to be their friend, wanting to connect with them on some level, whether it benefits me or not. And in the event that they are searching for something, then I actually feel the motivation coming from me has nothing to do with money. It's got everything to do with me thinking, I know things they don't know yet. I have resources and tools and answers that they have not discovered yet. And I can really cut that learning curve for them. I can offer them solutions that work. Guys, this is a completely different place to operate from. And I am not going to try to sell them more and more and more and more and more stuff. I won't do it. You can't make me do it. The result that comes from ER Shred is not just a result from selling from some product you buy. No, it is a personal lifestyle empowerment movement. You will gain control. If you do this and you take it serious, you will gain back control of your life. That's priceless. You can't pay any amount of money for that. And with that said, you've got to get to a baseline in order to do it. And you'll never get to a baseline if you're putting in all stuff, more and more stuff. Oh, this is healthy for me. Oh, that's healthy for me. Oh, that's trending. Oh, that's a fad. Oh, boom. All the gimmicky stuff, all the stuff that'll be, it flashes. Guys, we have got to understand what baseline is. Baseline is critical. We got to go more native. We got to go more ancestral. We have got to get back to eating like our ancestors probably did eat. And as a result, yes, we do supplement with certain products that make it more convenient. They also do help support the process. And those are by design. And no, we're not going to add on to that. Like, what's your problem? Why do people always need new? Why do people always need to complicate things? If you tell people they can have black coffee, why do they have to ask if they can have this instead, or that instead, or this or that, or this or that? Like, what is wrong with people? It's crazy. But beyond that, the reason you're getting the results you're getting is baseline. It's baseline. Build upon baseline. And whenever you're not well, go back to baseline. It's a gift. It's a tool. Hardly anybody's ever been able to realize it. They're all carb drunk. Everybody you see all over the place. Carb drunk. On to the next carbohydrate feeding. And then they wonder, where's your energy? Where's your mental clarity? Where's your motivations? Why are you bloated? Guys, this is not complicated stuff. We've got to empower people by getting them down to a baseline. Get them off all those toxic carbohydrates. And most people haven't done it their whole lives. And that's why they come alive like, whoa, I feel so good. It's like, hey, I just showed you how you should feel naturally, inherently. If you eat what you're meant to eat. That's all it is, guys. Simple stuff. Let's keep it simple. Let's enjoy simple. Let's celebrate simple. Guys, we've got to embrace simple. Embrace it and hold it tight. Cherish it. Do not complicate it. Do not adulterate it for the sake of money. Are you crazy? Don't do that. Don't be doing that. Hey, stop it. Just stop it. You know better. I feel like I'm talking to my son. You guys all get me now? You understand? And by the way, you know what? ER Shred culture, it's not a perfect culture. It's not. If you want to have your beer, have your beer. If you want to have your chips, have your chips. ER Shred is not a perfection culture. We're not. We are not perfect. We don't want to appear perfect. We don't want to pretend to be perfect. We don't want to pretend to be like we don't have flaws, like we don't have stinky parts. Like, come on, guys. We are down-to-earth, everyday people. That's what we are. And so we're not going to... Guys, just understand what we are. What we are is simple, both in terms of what we're offering, what we're practicing, and how we operate as people. And you know what? Simple never looks so good. There's nothing as hot and beautiful and gorgeous and sexy as simple. My wife, I don't like it when my wife wears gobs of makeup. No, I don't like it, I don't want my wife to go get shot full of Botox and, be like, have this frozen face. No, God, no. I don't find it attractive. I'm being sincere. Me personally, Sean, I have a right to discuss, to have preferences. I've told my wife a million times, no, not a million times, but she has asked a few times, can I go try Botox? No, I don't want it. Don't care what the medical field says. Don't need it. Okay, because I kind of digging on what she's got naturally, digging on that. Love that. So love aging, me. I always tell my wife, she goes, well, don't you think that you might, all women have these insecurities. They do. My wife would say, well, don't you think that as you age, that your eyes will be drawn to younger women who are younger and maybe, more whatever. And I'm like, hell no. My eyes age. I mean that with all my heart. My eyes age. I look at a 20-year-old girl. I don't see a girl that I'm attracted to. It's not like that. I see my daughter's 15, for God's sakes. I ain't seeing that. I'm not seeing that in from a place of attraction. No. And my wife's finally starting to believe me because you know what? It's the truth. My eyes age, and attraction goes way deeper than what is on the surface. Attraction? People are attracted to you because you have a good heart. People are attracted to you because of your sincerity. People are attracted to you because of your depth. People are attracted to you because of your... It's not the one word, it's the other. The one word is where you can relate to people because, or I'm talking about apathy. Like, people will be attracted to you because you actually have the ability to put yourself in their space and not be apathetic, but to actually have that level of, I know how you feel based on my own personal experience. Guys, this culture is super, super special. Don't you forget it. This culture is real. It's sincere. It's genuine. It's authentic. It's imperfect. It's just what you see is what you get. It's normal, average, everyday, down to earth. Guys, we get to choose. We get to define our own culture. Do you understand? We get to choose our own culture and define it. And the culture that I choose is simplicity, genuine, authentic, vulnerable, sincere. What you see is what you get. Okay? So this is me. This is me. This is who I am. And I don't pretend to talk different than I talk. I talk the way I talk, goddammit, because that's the way I talk, and that's the way I grew up talking, and I talk like I talk. And I don't go rehearse how to talk so that I can be more effective with my audience. That's not what I do, because that's not the way it is. People are getting sick of all that pretentiousness. I hope you feel it, guys. We're part of a movement. We're actually part of a legitimate movement, and it's not just happening for you or for me or wherever you are. It's a great universal awakening. We don't need to talk about religion. It's touchy for people. But I will say this, people are waking up all over the world. It's a universal awakening. I'm not talking about conspiracy theories. I'm not talking about that. People are starting to realize that they've allowed others to hijack their own identity and their own personal intuition, their own energy source, their own guiding light. It doesn't matter if you believe in God. It doesn't matter if you believe in religion. E.R. Shred, the reason I keep telling people there's more depth here than you realize, and I can't get people to see it until they've done it and they've experienced it and their eyes go, they're awakened. And I'm not just putting out bullshit. This is legitimate. And all of a sudden, all that fluff, all that stuff it all just goes away, and you become very clean, and you become very pure, and you become baseline. It's like debugging your computer, and you get rid of all those ancillary viruses and all those, not that you'd want them, but you get rid of even the ancillary programs and all the apps that are running, and you get rid of all that extra software. You get that computer down to a baseline. That thing is freaking firing like a machine. Bam, 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 bam. That thing's working, right? Guys, it's no different with your body. It's no different with your soul. It's no different with your mind. If you can just strip it down, get down to a baseline. Yeah, Catherine. See, you feel it. You feel it. Strip it down to a baseline. Don't worry about how you look in the mirror. Don't worry about how you look in photos. That's not what we're focused on. You don't need to go get all done up and take fancy pictures. And hell no. No. I mean, look at our main ER Shred spokesperson actually spells out our culture so beautifully perfect for you. Jesse, he is our main ER Shred nutrition coach that Crystal and I chose by design for even reasons that you guys don't know yet. There's depth there that you can't even begin to comprehend. And one day I'm sure that will all come forward, and that's Jesse's story to tell. That ain't my story to tell. I'm not gonna tell that story. But then you'll understand why this culture's so special. We're talking about vulnerability. We're talking about people getting right with. Guys, I'm telling you right now, the day that you wake up and you decide, I like who I am. And you know what? I'm comfortable in this skin. And I don't care what a government tells me, and I don't care what a religion tells me, and I don't care what a company tells me, and I don't care what an upline tells me, and I don't care what anybody tells me. I like this person right here. And you know what? I don't care if some super successful, wildly successful trainer or author or anybody else tries to dictate to me what I should or shouldn't be doing, because guys, it's you. It's your life. You're the hero of your own story. Embrace that. Who's the hero of their story? Heather is. Heather Rutherford's the hero of her story. You're the hero of your story. And we just too used to being dictated to all the goddamn time. Stop that. No, people are not going to tell me what products we need to add to this. No. Hope I hit that point home. If anything is ever added to or taken away from ER Shred, that ain't going to be for a long time, and that's going to be by very scientific design, very strategic, just as the thing was put together in the beginning, and it took years of pain and months of trial and error and formulation in terms of how can we put this together so that people see these results. And we cracked that code, and it is a home freaking run. It's a home run. So let's be grateful for it, all of us, because I'm just so humbled that it's come to be as it is and that it's doing what it's doing. So humbled by all of that. And you know what? We're not going to compromise our way of doing things, our integrity, our code of ethics. It's personal. We're not going to do that. And you don't have to either. You don't have to do what I tell you. Okay? Woo! This stuff gets really, really good. The depth. I hope you can understand that there is real depth here. If you don't understand, then I'm going to invite you. Get your stuff. Join us. I don't care whose team you're on. I don't care if you've ever done it before. I don't care if you're my friend or someone else's friend. I just don't care. Get your stuff, your ER Shred stuff together. Join us on January 25th and approach it with, you know what? Like, I'm all in, baby. I'm doing this. There's no chicken exits. My butt is on the line, and I'm doing this thing. And what you're going to find is even the toughest cases I've found, even the toughest cases, if they hang in there, it's life transforming. Life transforming. Goes so far beyond what any one product or anything you could ever buy. It's not about that. It's not about that. Protocol, wake you up. And that's why our slogan is what? Come alive. There's no other way to describe it. People come alive. Okay? Was there one other thing I wanted to touch on? Oh yeah, I was going to tell you what we are adding. Nothing. Keep asking. No. It's like my friends in here, like Susan keeps saying, hey Susan, she keeps saying, God, I feel like I'm this mean mother. Like, no. No, 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 no. People don't know what's good for them. But Susan, I've got to tell you, never in my 19 years of profession, never have I literally looked at other people like I did today, look over at them and thought, my God, they sincerely don't know. And I need to offer that up. And then I could have said to myself, well, you already offered it up, Sean. But I know people, and I know people, sometimes they need to be reminded, and sometimes you need to be patient, and sometimes the timing wasn't right for them, or maybe you didn't present it in such a way that they liked, whatever. And I literally walked over there, and was my intent to, I'm gonna go sign those guys up, get me a bonus, get my double bonus. Hell no. God, are you guys not realizing I'm offended by all of that yet? I'm offended. God damn it. That is not what we're doing. I don't want to be a network marketer. Like, how much more clear can I say it? I don't want to be a network marketer. Roar! I don't want to be a network marketer. Because why? Because they're always just looking to grow their income. Always looking to grow their income. Always looking for the next sale. Always looking for the next prospect. Prospect. Nice word. It's a terrible word. Get it out of your vocabulary. See, what I like about the age that I am now is I have a right to voice my own opinions. And guess what? If you don't like it, if you disagree with me, I don't care. Come at me. I don't care. Because I'm at an age where I'm just comfortable saying what I always thought, but was afraid to say. And guess what? The world is better if we start to call things out as they are. As it is. As it is. As it are. As it were. Whatever it is. I did good in English. I don't know why I'm not talking well, but I did good in English. Didn't do good in some, but did good in English. So guys, the culture, are you getting it? Okay, we're going to keep preaching it. I'm going to keep preaching it because I don't think a lot of you are getting it. And part of the reason you're not getting it is because you haven't surrendered to the protocol. Like, it's not clicking for you. It's not clicking. Why? We devised an elimination protocol and how empowering it is. And the way we put it together is like, it's just, what do you call it? Lenny calls it divine magic. Like, that's what Lenny calls it. I don't know what you call it. I call it fate. That's what I call it. I always refer to it as fate. It's the only thing that I can make any sense of. When I can't make sense of something, but I know there's meaning behind it, I know there's a reason, and I know I feel guided and led, I just call it fate. Okay? So, I love all you people out there. I love you, Janet. I love you all. I just want you to know that it's one of the things that I do love about what I do is, and I've always told Crystal that, there's so many parts that I find deplorable and disgusting. There's so many parts that I just wish that I could take my way of seeing the world and my way of seeing the industry and my way of seeing, cults and so forth. And I just wish that I could fix what needs to be fixed. But unfortunately, there are dirty tactics out there that work. And so people employ dirty tactics, and then those dirty tactics work. And so most people are desperate in this industry. They're desperate. And so, even if they have to compromise their personal ethics in order to get things done or to get a result, they will do it, unfortunately. And what I'm finding is, and I did some of that, if I'm being honest, like I would make little insinuations early on, and then I just stopped. I got to a point where I felt so out of integrity that I just decided I'm not doing this anymore, and I just retired for a long time. And I'm very fortunate I was in a position to do that. But I won't do it anymore. I won't. I will only tell people what's true in terms of what they might experience and realize. I will be brutally and 100% radically ethical and honest in all my dealings moving forward. I will be that. And I hope that that's going to be the culture of ER Shred, is going to be just that. We have something, we offer it. And this something is something that is absolutely empowering. So empowering that I literally walk around thinking, gotta help people. And I know there's something changed in me, because it used to be a matter of, I really want to talk to them, but that would involve, this money proposition and transaction, and that dirties it up for me. That makes it dirty for me. And so now I have a conflict of interest internally. I have this, gotta make money, gotta do what people tell me to make money. But then there's this other part of me that's like, well, it's a value proposition, and I don't know that I was there entirely. And now I'm so far there that it's like, I don't even see the money. Like, people are paying for ER Shred, the protocol. I don't even see the money. Like, I don't even comprehend it. It's just the furthest thing from my mind. I don't care what it costs, because whether it was $150 or $270, or whether it was $480 or $1,200, like, to me, the value is there no matter the cost, because I've realized the empowerment. But there again, this is where people get gross, because they will leverage that. When the results are there, they will stick it in further. Oh, you like those results? Oh, you like that, huh? You like those results? Well, if you want to keep them in, you got to do this, 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 and this. What? Like, yuck. Ew. Gross. At what point do we become grown-ups and we get to make our own decisions without all the prodding and without all the manipulation tactics and sales tactics? And let me see if I can do a good fake one. I can't do it. The beard doesn't. All right, you guys. We're not going to feel slimy, though, Janet. Yeah, Bob. Come on, man. Bob, I know you know. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You just messaged me today and say you've been on since late October, whatever, and you messaged me today and said you feel better than you've ever felt in your life. And you're telling me that it just keeps getting better. And yet, Bob, have I ever come to you and say, and have I ever come and leveraged that? Like, have I ever leveraged that? Like, now you got to get this, and now you got to do that. And now if you're on board, you got to do this, that, and this, that, this, and that. No, yuck. Like, we're not doing that. Make it about all that money and capitalization. I love all the comments, you guys. You guys are... See, we're all of the same mind. We're of the same heart. We're of the same... It's almost like this... I almost feel like, just like people don't realize how good they could feel physically, Bob, I don't think people realize how good they could feel emotionally and mentally if they get stuff in alignment, Susan. In alignment. Get your stuff in alignment. Everything starts working as it should. Everything starts flowing. And next thing you know, man, you got good stuff happening in your life. You got good things happening. This is what quantum physics always talks about. I never could understand all that quantum realm, and I read a lot about it, trying to understand it. I couldn't understand it for the life of me. It was so confusing. And then something clicked once I did the ER Shred protocol, and then I moved on to ER Shred maintenance, right? And when I say that, I'm talking about baseline simplicity. simple living, right? All of a sudden, I am having thoughts, creative thoughts, that I never had these thoughts before. Independent, like born of me. Like, this is crazy. And then I'm attracting the right people into my life. But I'm not thinking about who I need to attract. I'm just thinking about, how do I help more people? How do I leverage what I've learned in my personal experience? How do I leverage it leverage it not for money, leverage it so that everybody could have the opportunity to maybe feel this well, okay? And I'm putting that, it's in my consciousness, it's in my awareness. Crystal is so amazing at all this stuff. Like, she's so cool this way. So she's always trying to talk to me about it. And I'm so literal. I'm such a literal thinker. it's just not clicking. And so all of a sudden, Crystal, like, she'll take inventory and she'll say, like, Sean, look how this came to be. Sean, look how that came to be. Look how this came together. Look how this person showed up. And look how this fell by the wayside, because that wasn't meant to be. And then I'm just sitting there, I'm like, whoa, crazy cool. Because I don't like to talk about the law of attraction, because I feel like I have this negative stereotype around that, because I was there in 2006, I think it was, when all that went, 2008, it just exploded, the law of attraction. Yeah, Jill, you know what I'm talking about. But it exploded. But we're calling it the law of attraction, but The Secret put it out there like anybody and everybody can employ the law of attraction. And I actually don't believe that's true now. Because why? Well, that's pretty simple. That's like saying that you can just toxify your body. You can toxify this shell. You can take this being, this soul, the mind, the intuition, everything, and you can just stick it stuff full of poisons and garbage and everything that is constipating and asphyxiating and suffocating, and all you have to do is believe and understand the law of attraction? No, I don't think that you're in harmony. I don't believe it. Like, you have to be in harmony with the earth. You have to be in harmony with, like, I actually realize now the reason why quantum physics, as they call it, is so hard to understand is because it's, when we were talking about harmony, when we're talking about everything, all pieces coming together, working together, it all has to be flowing together. That ain't no law of attraction. That ain't. Law of attraction, as they taught it, was just, think really good thoughts and think them repeatedly and replace all the bad thoughts. But guys, that doesn't bring in the physical. That doesn't bring in the spiritual. That doesn't bring in the mental. That doesn't bring in the emotional. That doesn't bring in relationship health. Like, we are talking about something that is actually quite complex. How do we simplify it? How do we take something that is that complex, it is influenced by almost every variable? How do you take, like, you might say, well, I know what I want. Guess what? If your marriage is on the rocks and you're fighting every night and you hate each other, good luck with that. Good luck. Good luck attracting all the good. Have fun with that. But when everything's flowing, guys, I'm telling you, common denominator is what? It's what you put in your mouth every single day. And I'm not talking about products. I'm talking about food. Food is the most powerful drug on the earth. Every bite of food, every bite of food, as Jesse teaches it, communicates with all your cells, communicates with your hormones, communicates with your mind, your brain chemicals. And guess what? Every bite of food is loaded. In some way or another, it's loaded. Combinations of food are loaded. And you're putting it all in every day. A whole big variety of food. Whole big buffet of food. Most people aren't just eating 3 meals a day. They're eating 3 meals a day and they're snacking all day. They eat all day long. And you're going to tell me that those people are in tune? It's deeper than that. It's deeper than that. deeper than that. So here's an example. My dad, in his brilliance, he has a different way of looking at things, and he would say, all right, kinesiology. He'd say, you practice kinesiology. That's wonderful. Okay, that's a cool concept. That's a cool methodology. He says, what do you have people do before they come in for kinesiology? I said, what do you mean? What do you have them do before they come in for their kinesiology? So you can muscle test them and whatnot and see what's good for them, what's not good for them, which products are good and everything. Well, nothing. I just have them come in and I do kinesiology on them. I'm trained in it. And then my dad would say, that's interesting because in other countries, like it's such a drop dead serious practice that they force people to eat certain ways, like leading up to their appointment, they have to eat certain ways. They have to simplify. And then when it comes like right there, that time adjacent to the appointment, they have to fast. They got to fast so that they get all those things, all that food that's speaking, get it out, move it through, get it clean, and now you can get an accurate reading. He says, so you're telling me that someone could drink alcohol, get drunk, have a horrible night's rest, wake up the next morning, hit their favorite fast food breakfast restaurant and get a great big sandwich, breakfast sandwich. All right. Go to lunch, eat who knows what, slurp down a big 64-ounce Dr. Pepper, and then they come into you and you read their body. That's fascinating. Holy shit, you guys, think about that. Just think about that. My dad has a phenomenal way of bringing things down to what? Simplicity. How can that not make sense? It does make sense. But guess what? If people are only after money, they don't care what you do before you come in for your kinesiology. They don't care. They'll still tell you they can read you just fine. And they'll take your money. We ain't doing that.